Okay, maybe it's been 70 hours, but still, this sounds a lot better. So the Samsung Flip 6. I have it right here and I actually like it. It's been a while since I actually enjoyed a Samsung product because originally I was Team Samsung, but I can't just ignore there are some cons about this. So here's the list of pros and cons that you need to know about the Samsung Flip 6. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight all the pros first before we talk about the cons. So something I didn't really like so much about Samsung phones or other Android phones in general was the lifespan, because back then I used to always just pick a Pixel phone due to the fact that it's guaranteed from Google to have a nice long-lasting support from its manufacturer. Samsung is guaranteeing the Flip to have 7 years of software support, which is amazing. And this Flip design, whenever you have it in flip mode, it's not only useful when it comes to capturing videos or photos, but it's extremely pleasant when you're just placing your phone like this on a flat surface just to watch like a YouTube video. It's much better and more efficient in my opinion than having to get a case with a kickstand, although that is an option for the Flip 6, but this I find it to be optimal for all situations, especially when you're lazying out on the couch and you just have this on your belly. And Samsung knows that this is a nice feature, all due to the fact that the speakers are actually forward facing from this portion of the screen. Now, this being a latest Samsung product, it is using AI, which the AI feature is quite nice as it allows sketch drawing to turn into an actual real drawing utilizing AI. And to my experience, it's pretty interesting. It's actually quite pleasant and fun playing around with it. You can even use this on existing photos as well that you have captured. And then of course, you know, the fact that this is a flip phone, whenever you have to end the call, you could just do that. And that is satisfying of its own. And then when we compare it against my previous phone that I used to carry all the time, my iPhone 15 Pro, the 15 Pro is slightly more compact in terms of its overall height, but of course you can literally fold this in half, and this is really nice to fit in your pocket, makes it less awkward if you're wearing tight clothing, so this doesn't leave like an awkward lengthy thing in your pocket. And then for number 7, in terms of pros, colors. There's a lot of amazing color choices to choose from, and I also like the fact, well, if you act fast at the time making the video, you can still do it. If you pre-order, you get exclusive colors. The one you see here, this is the carbon fiber one, and this texture doesn't feel cheap. Although I don't think this is real carbon fiber, but I noticed that it definitely adds a nice grip to the phone itself, because this is not like smooth glass. This actually does have like texture like carbon fiber typically would. Not gloss finish, but imitation carbon fiber is how I'll call it. Here's a quick close-up on how that looks like so you have a better understanding. The number 8 pro about the Samsung Flip is their trading values. They are actually accepting a lot of money for some Android phones. I traded in my Pixel 5a and I was able to get $250 for it. I am not sure if Samsung is making money off of this trade-in, but they're definitely giving us the best value from old devices. And I was able to knock this thing down even more, as well as Samsung promoting the double storage if you pre-order for free as well. So this is the 500GB phone at no additional costs, although they did raise the price. I'll talk more about that in the cons section. Then another reason why I purchased the Flip 7 is the cameras. This is actually using Samsung flagship camera sensors now, as these are the same sensors that's found on the Samsung S24s. And the clarity and contrast on these newer pixels are noticeable night and day. Now, this is being a flip phone, you may be asking yourself, is this even water resistant? It is, as this now has a IP water and dust resistant rating. And then if you're a mobile gamer, you'll be glad to know that Samsung did improve the cooling, so this phone is less likely to overheat, but from my experience, it still can get pretty hot. It's only so much I can do at a time. But since I never owned the previous generation Flips, I really can't guarantee that it really was a noticeable improvement, but just something to highlight, I guess. It's good to know, especially if you're considering upgrading. And then thanks to Galaxy AI, this does feature the translation interpreter, which in real time on one side of the screen will give the other language translation, and on the other side will translate for the user. So if you ever find yourself in a foreign country and you need a translation app that will allow the other speaker to also see what they're saying and what you're saying automatically translated on the screen, I think that's pretty impressive. Although many reports have been clarifying that some of the stuff is not really accurate, but still better than not having this feature when you find yourself in those situations. I'm sure they're able to break down the context clues in those sentences, even if it's right or wrong. And then lastly, for the final pro is, it's not a bad looking phone. The crisp is still there, but when you're looking at it directly in line of sight, you really can't really notice this. It's only when you position it at certain angles is when you'll actually notice the crisp. So the new glass technology that Samsung is using on the Flip 6 definitely has improved, but nonetheless, on a flat surface, you can still easily see it. But when you're directly looking at it, there's times I even forget that's even a thing. Now for the cons, let's get started. Longevity, which is my concern. It's highly advised and recommended to get the protection program because the standard 1-year warranty may not be enough, because I was doing a lot of research before I pre-ordered this phone and I came to the conclusion that almost every flip phone owner from Samsung experienced some type of dead pixels, at least a screen issue to the screen not responding, and yeah, unfortunately. So longevity is definitely something to consider. Now, I was honestly pretty disappointed in the slow charging rate. So to give you a real world example, let me unlock this. Okay, it's unlocked. So it's at 51%. Let me fold this down. So right here I do have a 45-watt cable right here that's hooked up to a 45-watt power adapter, of course. By plugging it in, I like the fact it gives us a different animation, letting us know that it is indeed fast charging. But if you give it a couple of seconds for it to show us how long it'll take for it to fully charge, 58 minutes at 50%. That's not really fast charging in my opinion. And then it gets even worse if you use like a common outlet, like a 20-watt power adapter. Different animation, I like that. It tells us what charge rate we're going to charge. Let's give it a couple seconds to give us the screen results. An hour and 36 minutes. That is not really the greatest. So fast charging this phone, I noticed, will take you about 1 hour and a half. And then it gets even worse if you wirelessly charge. It will take about 2 hours for it to wirelessly charge if you're lucky. And when it comes to overall battery life, it is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. I was expecting it to last longer. I've been able to average like around 5 to close to 6 hours of screen time. And keep in mind, I do watch a lot of videos on Instagram Reel. So that could also be the cause of this, but total screen time is roughly around 5 hours from my experience. Then, as I was saying earlier about warranty work, this is somewhat of a pro and also a dramatic con. You see, just like Apple stores, Samsung also has Samsung stores around the States. Unfortunately, they're pretty far away. From my location, it's about an hour drive for me to go to the nearest one. But if you're experiencing any repair issues on your phone, so long as you're within warranty or you have their protection plan, Samsung is able to help you out and work on your device for a full free repair or a replacement. And with this many issues, unfortunately, yeah, Samsung did increase the price on the new Flip 6, unfortunately, as now it's over $1,000 just to get the latest base one. Now, the screen, I really do like this flip screen. It's a 120 hertz screen on the front. Just unfortunately, when you're transitioning from just a smooth 120 hertz and you go down to this 60 hertz one, it's a noticeable difference. This 60 hertz display that's on the front is terrible because it's like, this is this screen and here's this screen, but all the time when you're operating your phone. So 60 hertz, it's kind of a downer for the front screen. They should have just done 120 hertz on all screens that this phone has. And then for number 8, there's this AI feature that allows your AI to reply to text messages on your behalf. I don't recommend using this because it's weird. That just sounds like a bad idea. But overall, if you notice, if you were keeping track, there's more pros and cons to this phone. And I'm really impressed. I really do like this phone. I like this color that I selected. So better grab yours now, but you still can. I'll have a link in the description down below that'll give you a small discount and will also help support the channel. So if you're debating about pre-ordering it, I do recommend it, especially if you're coming from an already Android user. The Flip 6 definitely is an impressive phone. I also like the fact that how flat it is in general and super satisfying and sturdy that it is. Just get the warranty for the screen. I don't know if it will be able to handle wear and tear very well. And there's a lot of support for cases and accessories. Spigen makes a lot of cases for this thing, so I'm probably gonna pick one up right after this video. Although mine has been handling wear and tear very well so far, but still, peace of mind. Anyways, there you guys have it. Just a quick overview of the Flip 6 and its pros and cons that I experienced throughout the days. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this phone? And comment down below if there's a video you'd like to see me perform with this phone, iPhone comparison, durability tests. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.